This is it, stage 2. So the place is still technically under construction. Filming equipment still getting that out, couple of tripods over there, and this is, you know, the main workstation here. Work and play. PS5 Pro boxes over there. But the purpose of this video, guys, is just to show you a piece of tech here in this setup that has wowed me from before I moved to now. And that's actually this here, this Thunderbolt 4 hub here from IVANKY. Now, this is a raw and unfiltered video just to show you guys this thing fully set up and working. Now, you may have seen me film the Thunderbolt 5 dock from IVANKY as well, but I bet you didn't know Thunderbolt 4 in this case is far superior to the Thunderbolt 5 hub. Trust me. Now, this may not be able to handle the data throughput as a Thunderbolt 5 hub, which I'm going to get out in a moment. It's over there in a suitcase tucked away. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you not just the pros, but the cons as well, and how this is actually superior to a Thunderbolt 5 hub. And the reason why this is superior is due to how refined it is. This truly has zero compromises for the most part, aside from a couple of cons that I'll mention later on. Now, as you can see here, it has a regular size SD card slot, a micro SD card slot, a headphone jack, two 10 gigabit USB-A ports here on the front, a power delivery port, which forms part of these two 10 gigabit per second USB-C ports here. Currently, I have my 3-in-1 charger here. My iPhone is charging, my AirPods are charging there in the back, and it also has this here to put my Apple Watch on there to charge as well. So very cool, right? Let's put that back down. And this is also from IVANKY as well. They sent me that to test that out as well. I won't be doing a video review at the moment though. This can handle up to two 6K monitors as well. And this is the LED light. It's very faint. You can see it there. It's very faint, and that's pretty good because it doesn't interfere when you are working. It can go both horizontal or vertical. I of course have it in vertical orientation to save some space, but they actually keep it lifted, fairly lifted from the chassis itself. So this is very cool, and it keeps it cool as well. And here on the back, look at these plethora of ports here. Plethora of ports, that rhyme. So you can plug in speakers here or headphones if you like. So you have two headphone jacks depending on your style and the setup. About 3 more USB-A 10 gigabit ports, a optical port, rare these days, a 2.5 gigabit, well, I'll actually verify the numbers on the screen. I don't remember if it's 1 or 2.5 gigabit per second LAN port here, 2 4K USB 2.0 ports, and that's an issue because this is a Mac Studio, as you see here, M2 Max Mac Studio. For me to get the full throughput for this thing, I need to use this here, a cable matters USB-C to HDMI 2.1 dongle here, and here I have a fiber optic HDMI cable, which gives me the full 4K 120 Hz of my OLED display right there, right? I'm going to be plugging stuff out here for the moment. Just show you guys what's left. 6K, 6K. So you can actually get 6K as well from these USB-C ports here. Very cool, very useful. Let's plug these back in. Monitor actually came on there for a second. And here is the first con of the day, and also pro at the same time. Now, I currently have, let me plug these back out again, peeps. So this is raw and unfiltered here. Let's put this down. Here I have 2 ports here. These are for connection, right? Unlike run-of-the-mill USB hubs and other Thunderbolt hubs, you don't have 1 but 2 main connection points here. And this goes the same for the Thunderbolt 5 hub that I'm going to show you guys soon from IVANKY as well. This is a pro and a con. Now, the pro is, with this being Thunderbolt 4 capable, maximum speed per port is limited to 40 gigabits per second, right? Because of that, it limits the data throughput, especially if you want to utilize all of these ports at the same time. So IVANKY was smart enough to come up with a solution to allow not just one but two. It can work with one, but you will be limited, right? Now, here is the first con. I'm going to get the box out of the closet over there, but it comes with this dual cable that you plug into this thing and then you connect to the Mac itself. However, because of that, it doesn't work. I wish they actually shipped two separate cables or at least gave it more play, because it only works for like MacBooks. For a setup like this is a Mac Studio, that cable is useless. So I actually took the Thunderbolt 5 cable from the other IVANKY Thunderbolt 5 hub and another Thunderbolt 4 cable that I had laying around and just did my workaround. Now, because of that as well, it does it in sequence, so you can't actually plug in the monitors, especially how you please, especially if they're high resolution, high refresh rate monitors like what I have. That's this is 1440p at 160 hertz. That's 4K at 120 hertz. All right, both have VRR, but I don't enable that with the Mac. But yeah, I have to plug one monitor here to utilize one of the Thunderbolt 4 controllers and another one here to utilize the second one in sequence. So yes, another thing to mention, because of course it has two fairly independent ports, it actually has two Thunderbolt 4 controllers in there. So that's something of note. Very cool. Very unique stuff here. A lot of power going through that. And at least another one of the minor cons, but a con nonetheless, coil whine. I'm not sure if you can hear it. Let me put it up to my mic here on my chest. Not sure if you could hear it, but there's a lot of coil whine going on there. Of course, with it being this far away from me, I do not notice it when I'm sitting at the desk working, or especially if I'm listening to anything. But if you're this close, you do notice it. So there's my, my OLED screen on right there. I'm just going to plug everything back in. Just plugging back both Thunderbolt cables there. And let's get the first monitor in. And the second one in. Alright. Currently I have this monitor here connected to display ports to USB-C. It's a lot easier that way. And of course, I forgot to mention the Kensington lock and the power source right there, connected to a massive, absolutely massive, sorry guys, I'm not done yet. I have been lazy over the years with cable management. I promise to get it right this time, so bear with me. I'll show you guys later on. But yeah, an absolute, oops, hit the camera. An absolutely massive power adapter here, power brick. And that delivers, as you can see, oops, I plugged it out. Shit. Yeah. That delivers an output of about 180 watts input. There you go, 50-60 hertz, blah blah blah, all the specs for nerds. Look at that. But this thing is pretty big, and I accidentally plugged that out. But yeah, that's fine. Let's put that back there, and I'll neaten that up later, peeps. Come for me in the comments if all that. And yeah, that's about it. Now, I love this thing. It works flawlessly. It solves major issues in terms of cable management. Gives me a lot of ports to this. And for the cost, the size, the compactness, the power, this is probably one of the best on the markets right now, right? Another con to mention, it gets very hot when in use. Minor con because it does not affect performance any at all, but something to note, it gets very hot to the touch when you have it firing on all cylinders. You're working, you have all the displays connected and working, your storage devices are there running at 100%. Currently I actually have my editing, my work studio headphones here, my Audio Technicas ATX MX40Xs, M40Xs, damn, it's a long ass name. But yeah, I have that connected to my Mac at the moment because, I mean, why the hell not? And just to show you guys, yeah, I'm still moving, peeps, but here's a few stuff here I got going on. Now, this is the 3-in-1 foldable wireless charger I told you about. This is the IVANKY. They also sent me this some time ago, the IVANKY Thunderbolt 4 Pro 1 Plus Thunderbolt 4 hub from them. This is more of a slimmer profile one, the little brother to the 2, and by 2 I mean that one there, which is this box here, FusionDock Max 1. And this big boy, well, it's a slim boy compared to that, but this is the Thunderbolt 5 hub here, the FusionDock Pro 3, which allows up to 120 gigabits per second, the fastest, absolute fastest on the market at the moment, and allows displays up to 8K at 60 Hertz. Dual displays at 8K 60 Hertz, right? So pretty powerful stuff here. However, it lacks the finesse that one has. And this is where Thunderbolt 5 doesn't really matter, and in some cases is inferior. Now here it is. You know, I'm going to be leaving links to all of them in the description below for you to check them out. But IVANKY sent this out to me some time ago to check. And as you can see, I've left it in the box. Now this is a completely impromptu video, peeps. This is in the box because I don't have a Thunderbolt 5 capable machine, with this being the M2 Max Studio. Yeah, so because of that, this is pretty much useless to be compared to that, right? Either way, I'm not getting the full throughput. With this plugged in, I'm getting maximum 40 gigabits per second at any one time from this thing. But you can see the ports, a single headphone jack, a full-size SD card slot, a single, well actually I have 4 USB 10 gigabits per second ports, 140 watt. This is the main connection here, which with this being a single connection, that being Thunderbolt 4 for the M2 Max Studio, I'm only getting 40 gigabits per second at any one time from this single port here. A 60 watt USB-C port here as well. These are the indicator lights, the power button. These are the vents, of course, to let out all the hot air. Full aluminum chassis, power input, 215 watt USB-C ports at 2.5 gigabits per second, Ethernet jack, and of course I already spoke about the USB-A ports there, and of course the Kensington locks, dual Kensington locks at that. And that's about it. Now this thing is very, you know, scarce in ports here, not many ports at all compared to that beast over there. And the design of that, like, it's more compact. It's thicker, yes, but because of how it distributes the space, it's a lot neater. It disappears into the setup a lot more. So pretty cool. And I just love it. I really and truly wish IVANKY would make, you know, another, I don't know if you want to call it a FusionDock Max 3 version of this thing. I mean, when I do eventually upgrade my Mac Studio, I would love to have the true version of this. So yeah, peeps, now here they are right beside each other. So you can see this is a lot taller, and it doesn't utilize space half as much as this. Doesn't have half as many ports, does not have half as much utility as this, and this costs significantly more than this, just for the novelty of Thunderbolt 5 and being the fastest hub on the market at this point in time. So yeah, so if you have a Thunderbolt 5 capable machine, whether it's MacBook or a Mac Studio, this, I highly recommend this. It worked flawlessly, as you may have seen in my review. No coil whine with this one. Doesn't really get hot at all really compared to this, if those are really a thing for you. But yeah, if you have a older Mac which has Thunderbolt 4 and below, this is a champion, especially for the price point. It's significantly cheaper than this one as well, and it works flawlessly. Simple plug and play. There's one caveat yet again, it's not a con, but one caveat to mention. I had to download and install a driver for this to get the headphone jacks to work. I don't know why, but simple, couple seconds, small file, go onto IVANKY's official website, download that driver, install it in a couple of seconds, and you're good to go. Another thing of note, these two are really made for Macs. They don't really work with Windows devices. Of course, there's no Thunderbolt 5 capable Windows machine out that I personally know about. And that's about it, peeps. Yep, so this is a new setup once again. It's a brand new apartment. The grass hasn't started growing yet. I'm more in touch with nature, despite you hearing a couple muscle cars every now and then. But this is it, peeps. Let's get creating. Let's get going. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. You don't know, I'll appreciate a like, subscribe, and of course hitting that little notification bell so you know when the next video is out. See you in the next one. I'm going to be covering more about the iPad and with the Mac Studio combo being the most cost-effective, high-performance combo you can have in the Mac ecosystem, and it will save you a lot more than having a MacBook. So stay tuned for that one coming up next. So see you guys in the next one. Peace out and take care.